So starting the test drive in the Ranger Lariat here. The 2.3 liter is pretty good in this truck. And having the 10-speed definitely makes the driving experience a little more fun in my opinion, especially if you're manually shifting. But power is there. It just doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't seem as, I guess, strong as the newer Canyons and Colorados are, especially with that 2.7 liter turbo 4. But in terms of a driving truck and just a truck that looks good, this is a pretty good option. Now when the 24 gets here, that'll be a much better looking truck, I think. In terms of performance, we'll just have to see. But overall, even with the Tremor package, ride quality is decent. I can definitely feel that these are off-road tires, but other than that, pretty good driving experience overall. And I actually kind of like the more rugged feel. And I don't know if y'all can hear through the microphone, but the tires have that kind of mud grip feel to them, and I love that. But overall, the sound acoustics in the cabin are pretty good, even with the louder tires. I'll have to get a full-on feel for that when we get on the interstate, but so far so good. And it's just in my opinion, an easy truck to drive around, specifically here in Franklin, Tennessee, where the traffic is pretty awful, especially on Fridays. I don't feel like I'm having to look all over the place. It's just like driving any other vehicle. So visibility is good and all that. Now you do get auto stop with this truck, which is a pretty helpful feature, especially because you're getting 19 miles per gallon city, 19 highway, and especially in the city, that auto stop helps with that fuel economy. But I also like the sport mode as well, so I can put that into sport. Great pull from the turbos, or the turbo, excuse me. And then I can also just start manually shifting whenever. And the manual mode is pretty responsive. It's not snappy, but it does what you tell it to. Especially downshifts. And for the price, I drove an XLT Ranger not too long ago, and I just think that the Lariat gives you more bang for your buck, especially with these seats. They're extremely comfortable. I like the infotainment system. I like having the leather wrap steering wheel. I just like how this one is set up. Also having those power folding side mirrors, big help there. And taking this corner here, it's very, again, even with this Tremor package and all that, it's just an easy truck to drive. And a lot of people in this segment, that's one of the main reasons they go for a small to mid-sized pickup truck, is just for the drivability. So you can still haul what you need. You have that rear window that slides if you want to throw a couple 2x4s in there and you don't want to necessarily tie them to the tailgate. So if you want something a little bit bigger than the Maverick, this is a pretty good option. Now, I'm not going to give it too much throttle getting on the interstate here, but we are going to try and work the turbo just a little bit. So again, pretty good power output from this engine, and especially having the 10-speed, it shifts at all the right moments, whether you're wanting to be more sporty or more fuel efficient. Now we do get lane keep assist here. It's not the lane centering, but it'll let you know when you're going out of the lines, and I'll show you here. And it'll just vibrate the steering wheel. And this is surprising. I usually don't have this much space around me on this stretch of the interstate, but I'm glad I'm able to have that. Y'all can see the lane keeping system and just how this performs at a steady 75 miles per hour. And again, going over the ride quality now and just the sound acoustics, very impressed in both of those areas. Just cruising down the interstate here. And even going over this rougher terrain here on the interstate, very nice. But I mean, compared to the Colorado, the Canyon, Tacoma, we'll just have to see with the refresh. But right now, the Ranger's still a great option, even after the Colorado and Canyon have had their redesigns, from the interior, the exterior, to the driving. So good job staying relevant there, Ford. And this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2023 Ford Ranger Lariat with the Tremor off-road package.